It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Washington Commanders. And it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us a dozen miles east of the National Mall at the home of the Commanders here in Landover, Maryland. So good to have you on board with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, in this league, you know it, you lived it. Undergoing a changing of the guard at the quarterback position sometimes can be traumatic, but a lot of times it leads to hope. We've got a couple of teams here with young signal callers looking towards the future.
And you know the old saying, Mike, in the NFL, it is truer than ever. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And here we have two teams that feel like they have that quarterback position of the future settled. There's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some moments where that youth rears its head. But over the long term, both these organizations feel like they have an answer at the most critical position in all of sports.
About ready to get this one started. Jaime Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from just outside our nation's capital. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Gets a quick throw over to Samuel. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Daniels going to keep it on the zone read. And he's going to be brought down behind the line. This defense fired up to start the game. It'll bring up 4th down.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc. And that's exactly what happened here.
A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter, pass rusher extraordinaire, in action again.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
So the drive will end there, and on comes Tress Way to punt on 4th down. Braxton Berrios, deep to return. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. On play action, Stroud. He'll air one out for Higgins. Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. They get 25 on that connection. First down for Houston.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now, Stroud. He locates the open man. That's Christian Kirk. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. It's good for a Texans first down.
You just love to see this effort, especially on 3rd down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Looking for a third down conversion on this drive, and they only need a foot. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Yes, he does. 1st and goal coming up. They'll run here with Mixon. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
On 2nd down, Stroud. That is caught to the goal line and in. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Houston. Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Commanders' offense ready to get going with their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. He'll work forward for a couple. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. 11 yards on the pass there. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. A gain there of 15. 1st down, Washington. One quarter in the books. It's the Texans who have the early lead. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back after this. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. He's going to tuck it and go. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll motion over Samuel. On play action, Daniels. He'll take off again.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Second down and 8. They'll motion over Samuel. They run over center with Robinson. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. On the option, here's Robinson. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. It's Daniels. That one, take it in. Middle of the end zone. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Commanders.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Commanders will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Kirk is the motion man. They'll go play action with Stroud. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Stroud. That one on target with Kirk. They've got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Stroud to throw. Catch left side is made by Higgins.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. but the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Throwing on second down. Stroud to the left side and caught by Schultz. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Good running inside the 25. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 10-yard line. It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up first and goal.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space, and man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up first and goal.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Now, after taking that loss on the sack, it changes your entire approach offensively. You go from playing for 6 to now everything is just about coming away with points.
First down was not very good. Here's second and goal. Here's a toss right side to Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but now a long way to go on third and goal. Two minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. Big play coming up, third and goal. Throwing is Stroud. To the right side, and Kirk's got it. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. Fourth down, and on comes Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Here's Eckler on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. There's Terry McLaurin and the Commanders' offense heading out for their next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with first and 10. Got a man. It's that rookie third-round pick. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Here's Daniels. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
He's got a man. It's McLaurin. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome, so it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Daniels gonna throw again. This one caught at the 4. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Gay's kick is good. And the Commanders will tie this game up here late in the 1st half.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Texans offense going to take over just before the half. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins. 1st and 10. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud gonna set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Here in the 1st half, we've seen nothing but connections from these 2 guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Jones. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. The extra point by Gay is good. And the Commanders go up by 7. It is now 17-10. Just 8 seconds now until halftime, and the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. On first down, it's Stroud. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. To throw is Stroud. He'll air one out for Higgins. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We were treated to a fine performance in the first half from the Heisman Trophy winner, Jaden Daniels. He was on point, throwing a touchdown pass to help his guys take the lead into the break. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up, third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
A second down throw for Stroud. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's 3rd and 2. Now Mixon. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
So, on 4th down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Commanders' offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That's taken in. It's Austin Eckler. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
Second down and 3. Throwing is Daniel. That's caught by Eckler. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Gets a quick throw over to Samuel. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. A give, and here comes Robinson. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
First carry for the versatile Austin Eckler. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, Washington.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Texans offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And this will be a Texans first down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Off the play fake, here's Stroud. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there, and it'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk. And it's going to be third down. To throw, it's Stroud. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, really for two reasons. One, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. Two, teams' willingness to go for it on fourth down is at an all-time high.
The Texans getting all set to punt. And he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Commanders offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback's position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. On second down, it's Daniels. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Second and 7. They'll throw with Daniels. He'll get this out wide. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Well, sometimes as a play caller, it's pretty easy. Get the ball into the hands of your best players. In this case, a wide receiver screen. Get it to him quick, get some blockers out in front, let him do the rest after the catch, and he picks up the first down.
On first down, Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. And he's in! Harry McLaurin. Touchdown, Commanders. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Gay to add the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Commanders will extend this third quarter lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Here's Braxton Berrios to bring it out of the end zone. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. This one complete to Jordan. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. Here's a 3rd down and 4. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now, Stroud. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the 4th quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit. Every possession is critical. Take advantage when you have the ball.
Stroud connects with Collins, and it's a 1st down for Houston.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Kirk is the motion man. 2nd down, here's a run, and here's Mixon. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's a run. He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal. Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. 3rd and goal coming up.
So on 2nd down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on 3rd and goal, I don't think you have any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble 2nd reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Mikey Sandmerstill.
Just think back to a few plays ago, Mike. This offense is finding themselves entering the red zone. It looked like we're about to see a touchdown, but that's how fast things can change in this game. The defense finds themselves with their back against the wall, coming up with a huge fourth down stop. Not only do they keep points off the board, but it's nicer to do it when you come off with the ball in your hand.
Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
A corner who is not only a good tackler, Mike, but a willing tackler can be a huge asset to any defense. So often they get a bad rap. They're considered just pass defenders. They want to run around. But for a guy to be able to come up and force the run and keep this to no gain, man, that makes a big difference on any defense.
On second down, he'll fake the handoff and hold on to it. And a nice run there. He'll get 8 to the 28-yard line.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
Now a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he'll have a Commander's first down as the tackle's made it about the 38-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. Down the sideline, past the 40. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Robinson. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Another run here for Robinson. And he is tough to bring down. Finally, the defense gets him on the ground. It'll be no gain on that play.
This play right here is just a clear example of just how hard it is to bring this back down, Mike. I mean, he had to break multiple tackles just to get back to the original line of scrimmage. But give credit to the defense. They kept bringing bodies at him, and they're eventually able to get him down for no gain.
They'll try and run for the first with Eckler. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. So it's a win here for the Commanders. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half, no points allowed, and they cruise to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Commanders are winners, as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital.